Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Elle.K here, and today I have a video I'm recording a video, or I'll be posting a video. Today's video is going to be about the Natasha Denona Green Brown palette. So I'm going to be doing a review on that palette, and also showing you guys some dupes for it, if it's worth your money, and just stuff like that. So if you want to hear my thoughts on the Natasha Denona palette, keep on watching. Okay, so let's get started. I wrote down all the points that I want to say about the palette in a little book here, so if you see me looking down, that's why. It's just because I don't want to miss anything and I want you guys to have as much information about it as possible. So I purchased the Natasha Denona palette at the beginning of January, after the new year, so it was like the first week of January. I purchased it and then I got it. It came within like 3 days, so the shipping was really good. I ordered it off of Sephora, and I'm a VIB Rouge, so I get free shipping, which is really nice. But yeah, so it looks, this is gonna mess up my white balance, but it looks like this. It's this patent leather white here, and then there's like this kind of like foam siding, and it's magnetic, so there's no clip or anything, and her name is engraved there, and then there's like these weird little like circle symbol things. I don't know what it is, but it looks really cool. Yeah, so the packaging of it, I think it's really nice. I think it's really different. I've never seen an all white palette like this before, especially one so large. So yeah, I think the packaging was cool. It came in a white box, matching kind of like the patent leather, but it was cardboard, obviously not patent leather. The one thing I will say right off the bat is that the ingredients are only listed on the box, which I didn't like. I'm thinking like there's so much room back here. I feel like they could have posted the ingredients on the back of this, on the back of the actual palette as well, because I don't know too many people that actually like keep the box of the palette that it was shipped in. And if you ever want to look back on the ingredients, you're just gonna have to like look it up online or something like that. And then when you open it, this is what it looks like on the inside. So it comes with the standard mirror. The mirror is not huge. Like, it could have taken up more area here, but I mean, it's nothing like it's not bad or anything like that. Like, I think it's still a fair size mirror. I do like the mirror. And then it comes with like this film thing that lists all the shadow names on there. Again, I feel like they could have put the shadow names on either the inside of the palette or the back of the palette. I think Kylie posts her shadow names on the back of the palette or something like that. Like, having this film here, it drives me nuts, but I don't want to take it off because I want to always know the names of the shadows, so when I use it in tutorials and stuff like that, I can let you guys know which ones I'm using. Also, it is perforated, so you can rip it off, but if I rip it off, I will lose it for sure, and that's just going to be the end of that. And I also like it because it does help keep the mirror clean. With this palette, I'm wearing it right now. There is a lot of fallout. I can't remember if that was one of the claims or not, that whether or not it falls out, but there is fallout. Like, you're just gonna have to wrap your head around that immediately. But for me, that doesn't really bother me. The shadows are so pigmented. I'll let you see it again. So those are all the shadows. It's the green brown palette, so there's like all these shades of different browns and like green undertones and stuff like that. Like, it's beautiful. It really, really is a beautiful palette. The shadows are gorgeous. They blend together so nicely. I've seen a couple reviews where people were kind of complaining about like how they don't blend nicely together, and I disagree with that. I find them to be very, very easy to blend. I would suggest using a really, really good eye primer. I use an Urban Decay one, or the Benefit Stay Don't Stray primer, especially when you're wanting to use the more glittery shadows, because they will transfer and move all about your eye if you don't use a primer. You can also use a glitter glue if you want to, but I'm not really down for that either. Well, I'll swatch one of I'll swatch one of each. So there's mattes, there's like a glitter, and then there's kind of like the shimmery shades. So one of the mattes, it's the brown Arizona, so I'll swatch that one for you. I'm also wearing that on my eye as well. There's that brown. It's really close to my skin tone, so you may not be able to see it, which is why I love it, because it's a beautiful transition color for me. And then I would, oh my god, that is so pigmented, jeez. And then there is I'll do a green one for you. Oops. So, I mean, right off the bat, you can see that they are disgustingly pigmented. Like that pearlized, like, I think they are all pearlized, like they're all made from like crushed pearls or something like that, which just sounds really beautiful to me. But the one that is on my hand right there, that one, they're disgustingly pigmented. Like nobody can ever fault Natasha Denona for not having pigmented shadows. You are getting what you pay for. The shadows are beautiful. They transfer to your eye beautifully. You can use your finger to apply. I believe 3 of them are like the glittery ones. So it's this one, the one beside it, and I believe the one above it that you can use your finger and glitter glue to apply it if you really want it to stay and not move. But yeah, so the elephant in the room obviously is the price of this palette. It retails for 305 Canadian dollars or 230 American dollars. I'm never going to be able to get these shadows off of me. So yeah, obviously it's not a cheap palette, but you are getting 28 eyeshadows, I want to say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you're getting 28 eyeshadows. And there is there's 0.08 ounces in each eyeshadow. So you're getting so much product there. Like you're not going to hit pan with this palette. If you hit pan with this palette, I don't know what you've been doing. I don't even know. But there is so much product in this palette, which I think is really amazing. Are you going to use all of that product? Probably not. I think that she could have probably put less product in there and had the price point come down a little bit to make it a little bit more affordable for everybody. What else is there? Beautiful colors. Oh, okay. This is what my next point is what's really getting a lot of people. This is not a standalone palette at all. There is probably, I think on the box it says that there's 4 matte shades. Yes, there is. So there's the matte shades on here are Arizona, Sandstorm, Flamingo, and Shell. Those are the 4 matte shades. You have to bring in another palette to create an actual eye look for this one. Otherwise, I mean, if you wanted to just use this palette to create an eye look alone with it, you would probably get a whole lot of glitter and a lot of shimmery stuff all over just everywhere. And I mean, like, if you're down for that, great, but like if you're not, if you want to have a transition color and a crease color and stuff like that, you're gonna have to bring in some other colors, which for me, like, I don't mind because I think the colors in here are so beautiful. It's worth it to bring in another palette and just kind of suck it up. I did wrestle with myself for a few months on the price of this palette. I watched it and watched it and watched it, and I mean, there is the purple blue palette, and then there's the star palette, and she's got like her mini quads and stuff like that. This is probably the only palette for Natasha Denona that I am gonna buy because I can't stomach buying her other one for $305. This is the one that suited me the best because I do like browns and greens and just like those types of undertones. So for me personally, it was worth the buy. I do love this palette. I do swear by this palette. I wear it often enough that it is worth it for me. When you break down the price, there are a lot of videos that break down the price. It comes down to like $9 per shade. And if you look at like when you buy MAC singles or even a Kat Von D single, or I think even Makeup Geek singles are like $10 or $12. So I mean, if you were to buy each individual shade, it would come up to a hell of a lot more than $305. So I mean, if you're looking at it purely as like a math perspective, technically this palette is worth it, and it is underpriced if you were looking at buying each of her individual shadows or each of the Kat Von D individual shadows or something like that. But still, it is a lot to stomach paying $305 for a palette all at once. I do understand that. So, I mean, can you skip out on buying this palette? Absolutely. There are so many. I'm going to show you guys 2 other dupes that I have for this palette if you don't want to necessarily just go ahead and splurge $305 on it. Like, that's, when I say I wrestled for so long about this palette, I really did. I am glad that I got it, but I mean, it's one of those palettes that you can most definitely live without, and this is not a shot or a dig at Natasha Denona because the palette is beautiful, but you do, like, there's other ways around it. So if you want to see some dupes that I have for this palette, keep on watching. Okay, so also, before I get to the dupes for the Natasha Denona palette, if you guys want to see swatches for all the colors, I will link some other videos done on YouTube that swatch the whole palette. I'm not going to sit here and swatch all 28 shades. That's pure madness. I'm not doing it. That's going to take way too long. But I will link some other videos that actually do swatch all the shades. But anyways, if you want to see some of the dupes that I have, that I currently own, that I would definitely recommend. The first one would be the Marc Jacobs About Last Night palette. Again, I saw this on some other videos. I think it was like, it's called like an anti-haul, like stuff that you're not gonna buy. And I saw this and the Natasha Denona palette on one of those videos. And I couldn't really understand for this one because I really, really do like this palette. Okay, so wait. It's a gold case like this. There is a clip, which I do like. I wish the Natasha Denona palette had that because I just feel like this is more secure than a magnetic. It does it, so you can hear it clip and you know that it's closed. When you open it, this is what it looks like on the inside. My reasoning for saying that this could be a potential dupe for the Natasha Denona palette is because the brown tones in here are very similar to the brown tones that she has in her palette. Also, I mean, the mirror is a whole lot bigger. It's so much bigger than the one in the Natasha Denona palette. And another thing with this palette that I like is that it does sit by itself, whereas the Natasha Denona palette you do have to hold. If you were to be using that mirror, you'd have to kind of like hold it up, whereas this one just kind of sits by itself, which is nice. This one retails for 131 Canadian dollars, so it still is very pricey, but I think it's a whole lot more doable than 305 Canadian dollars. And you are getting, there's 20 shadows in here. This is also a standalone palette you can create. It gives you like a little pamphlet slash book thingy, and it tells you how to create 2 day looks, 2 night looks, and 1 beautiful gold look. So right off the bat, that's 5 looks that you can create with these 20 eyeshadows. And obviously you can be creative and create your own looks with that. I'm sure like there's endless possibilities with this one, but my thing with this is you don't have to bring in any other palettes to create a look. With the Natasha Denona palette, you are going to have to bring in some other palettes or single shadows to create a full look with that one. But yeah, again, so I think so, yeah. And then we're gonna move to the next one. Okay, my next dupe for the Natasha Denona Green Brown palette is my Morphe 35W palette. So this is what it looks like. It's the standard Morphe packaging. It's nothing special. For this one, there is no mirror, period, which I hate because this palette is massive and it would have been great to have a mirror here. But those are all the 35 colors right there. Again, so this one retails for $19.99 US dollars or 25 Canadian dollars. That is not including shipping. But even when you go through the Morphe website and you do all your shipping and stuff like that, it's not even going to touch the Natasha Denona price. Like you're in the clear with that. Like I said, there's 35 shades. It is most definitely a standalone palette. There's 35 shades in here. You had better be able to create a look all from this palette, which you can. You can create multiple looks from this palette. Again, it's the brown tones in here and some of like the lighter shades up here that are similar to what is in the Natasha Denona palette. There's none of the green undertones are in this palette, but like I said, if you want the browns, you can definitely, this one would work for you. There is also some purples and stuff in there, so it could also work as a dupe for the purple blue palette that she has as well. Sorry. Yeah, so that's the Morphe palette. There's nothing really much else that I can say about Morphe except for, I mean, the brand itself is popular alone on YouTube. I think everybody has a Morphe palette by now. If you have this one, and you were only interested in the brown tones of the Natasha Denona palette, then you don't really need to buy it if you've got this palette. You can pretty much do it on your own with this one. So yeah, that is the Morphe palette dupe. You can also, other Morphe palettes that you can get that would also be a dupe for the Natasha Denona one are the 35T palette, and the 35D palette actually has green tones and shadows that have like a greenish undertone as well. So you can pick that one up, and I believe that one is $25.99. So again, nowhere near the Natasha Denona price. So there's definitely a whole lot of options on the Morphe website if you wanted to kind of figure out how to get all the Natasha Denona shadows or similar ones without actually paying $305. Alright guys, so that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed videos, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos like this, like more review videos and more possible dupes for higher end products, leave a comment down below or give a thumbs up on this video and I will definitely do more like this in the future. Like I said, thank you for watching. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and to follow me on my social media. You can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and on Twitter because I finally got my Twitter back. Yeah, so I will see you guys in my next video. Oh, also, if you did not like this video and for whatever reason you made it to the end of the video, I don't know why you didn't click out sooner, but if you're still here, this is your chance to click out now or just keep your mouth shut because I didn't make you watch it. So yeah, I love you guys and I will see you in my next video. Bye!